Talking Shirts is presented in partnership with White Oak Cottage. For more information, visit whiteoakcottage.co.uk.
Welcome to episode 98 of Talking Shirts. I'm Mike from Hull KR Shirts, and today we're going to take a look at this 2023 alternate diamond shirt. Now, the one that I've got on the mannequin today was issued to Lachlan Coote for the 2023 season, but we do have another diamond shirt in the collection. That one was worn by Frankie Holton, and we did cover that in episode 88. So by all means, you know, if you like the diamond kit just as much as I do, you might want to go back and check that one out as well. I've made it no secret that the diamond kit is my favourite in the 2023 season, and I might even go as far as saying it's definitely my favourite alternate kit in the modern era, and it might even challenge some of those classics from the 90s and even far back as the 80s, because this one, the design really just kind of like gripped me. The fact that it's quite futuristic but also plays a part in a nod to the past with the shirts that was used in the 1992-1993 seasons. There's a connection to the past there, but it is a very futuristic and modern design, and one that I absolutely adore. So yeah, this one here, as I've said, it was issued to Lachlan Coote, and I will talk a little bit more about Lachlan as we get around to the back of the shirt. But as we focus on the front, as you can see here, the front panel of the shirt is where we really see the main body of the diamond design coming to fruition. When it was used in 1992, it was done more with brighter colours such as white and green and an orange, whereas in this occasion we've gone more darker, so we've got navy blue, we've got royal blue, and then we've also got red, which really does form that perfect concoction for this design. The sponsors that appear on the front are all in white. As we can see, we've got AC Enviro, we've got Aspire Academy, and then the front of shirt sponsor Connexen, as well as Oxen, the maker marker, and also the Hull KR Club crest, which appears in an inverted form in blue. So yeah, I just think the entirety of this design really just grabs me. It's a shirt where I've got a replica, and I bought one of the training tops as well, and I feel like I'm going to be wearing this shirt for many years to come, to the point where when I've worn it out, I will probably be absolutely mortified. But to know that I've got at least 2 match-worn shirts in my collection of this style, I'm absolutely over the moon with that. So as we take a look at the sleeve here, we'll have a look at the left sleeve first. So we've got the University of Hull branding. As we've previously said, this has been heat applied because this was a sponsorship agreement that was agreed after the shirts had gone into production. The Super League normally keep this spot free for a Super League sponsorship, but quite often that does give them back to the clubs to be able to sell further sponsorship if they so can. And then we've got the RFS logo at the top there for Richardson's Food and Safety Consulting Limited. Mark's done quite a lot of work with the club, and he's also on the 2024 shirts as well. So yeah, that's absolutely fantastic to see. We've also got the diamond design in the background there, which features across the full length of the sleeve, and then underneath here we've got a panel that goes from the cuff all the way down under the armpit, all the way down to the bottom of the shirt, and that's just to separate the design. And that fabric that is used in there is quite stretchy, and that is what forms part of the fit to these player spec shirts. As we move it round to the other side, you'll see on here we have got Easy Buy. Their logo has been dye sublimated in, once again, in white. And then we've got the Betfred Super League competition patch. There is just one on here. Because this shirt, in my opinion, was issued and not worn, there's been no need to repatch over or replace. There wasn't any other patches that was worn with this kit because we did only ever wear it in the Super League and in the Super League playoffs. So yeah, it's quite neat and quite tidy there. And again, the design continues onto the sleeve, and then we've also got another one of these patches that goes all the way down the side there. So yeah, that's been the front and the sides. Before we flick it around and have a look at the back, here is a quick word from not only our sponsor, but the one that sponsored Lachlan Coote in 2023.
White Oak Cottage is a 2-bedroom luxury holiday cottage set in the stunning Lincolnshire Wolds. It has 2 ensuite bedrooms, a hot tub, wood burner, Wi-Fi, electric vehicle charger, and is pet friendly. It is ideally situated in the Wolds, yet only 15 miles from the coast and 25 miles from the historic city of Lincoln. For more information, visit whiteoakcottage.co.uk.
And welcome back to episode 98 of Talking Shirts. Here we are with Lachlan Coote's 2023 alternate diamond kit. And as you can see here, we are now looking at the back of the shirt. So the diamond design does continue on the back, but there is effectively a big blocked cutout here where there is no design. Now the reason for that is so that when the name and the number is applied, it just gives the referee a lot more visibility to be able to clearly see whose name and number is on the back of a shirt. Now, it is applied in white on the navy, so it is very vibrant and it really does stand out, especially when you get some natural lighting and even artificial light from floodlights and things shining off the back of it. It is very, very clear and easy to read. We've got the Robin icon featuring in its upper position here. We've got Harrison Solway's branding and Higher Base. Once again, all in white. Fantastic brand partner support there to allow the design of this shirt to really pop with the white and everything being uniform on the back of the shirt there. A few words about the shirt. So Lachlan Coote only played one game in this shirt, and that was away at Castleford Tigers, in a game where the Robins was victorious by 12 points to 7. Now, I don't think this shirt was worn in that game. I've checked multiple angles, I've checked multiple photos. I'm fairly certain that because of the contact points on things such as the name and then these heat applied elements of the University of Hull and the Super League competition patch, it just doesn't look like it is going to be the same fit. On this sleeve here, there is actually a red dot in the navy that doesn't actually appear on any of the shots. Now, I've got a feeling that that is probably going to be my biggest telltale sign. The smallest thing on the shirt could quite possibly be the biggest telltale sign that this isn't the match worn shirt. But that doesn't matter, because to me, match worn, yes, match worn is important, but for me it's the provenance of it. If I can prove that it isn't match worn, that's just as important, because it comes down to the elements of knowing, and that's where I really kind of channel my efforts. I'm not trying to prove that everything was match worn, even if it wasn't. That's not the case. It's trying to prove what it is, and as long as I know whether it's match worn or whether it's match issue, I'm really happy. If I have a bit of a grey area, then I get a little bit disappointed, but I will always try to kind of look, especially with shirts from the modern era where there are such in the photography and videography is in quite high demand in the sense of what's available. I'm quite fortunate. But yeah, on this one, I've settled for it being a match issue. So Lachlan Coote was with Hull KR for 2 years, for 2022 and 2023. And during that time, he made 27 appearances for Hull KR. He went on to kick 58 goals, as well as a drop goal. And he also scored 11 tries. So when you couple all that together in points, it's 161 points that Lachlan scored across 2 seasons, obviously being our regular goal kicker. He was probably a little bit disappointed that his return wasn't as good as what it could have been, especially when we think of goal kicking. He probably had a lot more opportunities to score points than he did, so that might disappoint him slightly. His career obviously ended in very bad circumstances after multiple concussions. His final game for Hull KR was at the Magic Weekend against the Salford Red Devils. And I'm sure that if he would do, I say he would do things differently. He probably wouldn't do anything differently because nothing was his fault. It was purely just a case of circumstance going against him, and we never did quite see the best of Lachlan, which is probably a really big shame. But yeah, so that's been your tour around this 2023 alternate kit. The diamond one, which was match issued to Lachlan Coote for the 2023 season. Hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. We've got one more after this one before we hit the big 100. But I must admit, episodes 99 and episodes 100, both of the shirts are absolutely fantastic. Now, normally, I like to try and give a little bit of a hint over what that shirt's going to be. In fact, sometimes I even tell you. But I'm just going to say nothing. So, 99, come back 2 weeks' time. Make sure you're here, because it's going to be a very special shirt, as is episode 100, which will be in 4 weeks from now if you're watching this at time of release. Thank you very much for watching. Check back soon. See you for now. Bye-bye.